fighter's body puts bodybuilders to shame. Jordan Cannonier is the only person who can compete with Leon Edwards for physique, and actually one-ups him in terms of arms and chest. Cannonier's arms and chest are probably the best in the entire planet. The vascularity, tone, and tightness is unmatched. Add to that great athletic performance because he's one of the best fighters in the world. Even without the waist and back of Leon Edwards, there's a spot in the aesthetic solar system for his star. Gregory Douchehead's weight loss advice is all wrong.
It really makes sense that lifting weights is better for fat loss when in fact it burns fewer calories than doing cardio. And so if you want to lose weight and keep it off for the rest of your life, does it not make sense to add cardio?
It's great to see a steroid head advocating for cardio, but cardio is the best short-term solution for weight loss, not best long-term. Mid to high-intensity cardio can be very taxing on the body because of high volume, and with that comes an increase in appetite. So in terms of satiety, it's not great, and intensity, it will get in the way of your weightlifting routine, which is the best long-term solution for weight loss because muscle is active tissue. So unlike fat, it burns calories. So the more muscle you build, the more calories your body will burn, which will keep off the bad weight and put on good weight. And in terms of aesthetics, if cardio is your priority, you will never look good. Kristen Lin isn't as aesthetic as you think because his diet is completely off.
Kickstart my day with 5 whole pasture-raised eggs, 50 grams of wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. That midday crash with 1 egg, I eat grass-fed steak, ribeye of course, 3 ounces of scrumptious sardines, topped with 100 grams of shrimp. Finish the night right with some more of them eggs, and ready to go salmon, grass-finished ground pork. 3 calories, 128.4 grams of fat, 213.5 grams of protein, and 8.5 trace.
He eats so much protein. He's consistently eating in a calorie deficit, so it makes sense he has a high protein diet. But low carbs are ruining his physique. Unless you take steroids, low carb diets hurt your aesthetic because it makes you look flatter and less vascular because there's less glycogen in your muscle. I swear when I eat low carb, I look 20 pounds lighter. But Tristan Lee can obviously get away with it because he's juicing up like crazy. Derek McKnight is a brickhead sellout.
If you've been working out and lifting weights for at least 8 months and you cannot bench 225, that is just sad.
Yeah, hitting 225 when you sell out by taking steroids is easy, but some of us aren't like you. We started at a very low place. I started my journey at 135 pounds. I had to work my way to get up to 180 pounds. Yet there's tons of people who just start their journey at that weight. I had to work my ass off to get heavier and start repping out 225. A very good bench press is 1.5 times your body weight. So roughly the smallest you'd have to be hitting 225 is a really strong 150 pounder. Everybody can hit 225 in their lifetime, but some of us want to hit it naturally, which takes time. Colby Sutton trapped himself.
Remember, using a bodybuilding method of training will not make you look big or blocky. This is only going to happen to you if you get really fat or take a ton of PEDs.
So apparently you can't get big or blocky without taking PEDs, which I disagree with. And you're pretty big and blocky yourself. So you can choose. You're either a fake natty or your argument's completely invalid.
Coming from someone who said to grow your arms, you have to train your shoulders. No, I'm not kidding. That video exists.
FYI, Colby, the shoulder is in fact part of the arm. But unlike every bodybuilder on the planet, I've taken anatomy courses and I can read. Athletic bodybuilding has proved that being bigger isn't better. Your most aesthetic physique is probably 20 or 30 pounds lighter than you think it is. When I was 130 pounds, I thought I needed to be close to 200 pounds to be aesthetic. Then I got to 180 and realized my most aesthetic physique is between 150 and 160. Your most aesthetic physique is near 1.6 shoulder to waist ratio. The more expansive this ratio isn't better. It's getting as lean as possible while still having that moderate muscle lean frame. Jeffrey O'Gallagher trains like an absolute whip.
Focusing heavily on squats and deadlifts is actually bull. If you're a natural lifter, it's very, very hard to in the same week build up your squat, your deadlift, and also get stronger.
It's an example of a Jim Coper who can't do the tough exercise. Keto Body preaches only training 2 times per week. If you're only training 2 times a week, your body will recover crazy well to squats and deadlifts. And the benefit of training less is you can train harder, which is why you need these exercises. Jeffrey has great leg definition, but he lacks size. You don't want big, blocky Minecraft legs that can't do anything, but rather MMA aesthetic legs, which make you look like an aesthetic god. Alex Horchata gives out horrible fitness advice.
People think it's crazy that I've eaten 200 grams of protein. I know I have to have my 200 grams of protein just to maintain the muscle mass that I have.
That's way too much protein. He says he wants to maintain his muscle mass, which means he needs 1.4 to 1.7 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. If he was sitting on the upper end of the scale, he'd be over 258 pounds, which is Michelin man level of muscle mass. Viral videos like this are why people overcomplicate and overeat protein. The best diet isn't high protein, high carb, or high fat. It's a balanced diet. True Jordy is a complete idiot. He's your classic big, tough bodybuilder who can't fight and is just a keyboard warrior. He told Gregor McConnell that he could beat him in a fight, which he knows and we all know is complete BS. Where Gregor would whoop him at his 145 frame. True Jordy would move like a block, wouldn't be able to hold his hands up or even walk around the octagon for more than 5 seconds, and obviously has no fighting skill.
Every bodybuilder I've ever met wants to be a fighter, but they haven't got the balls to be a fighter.
This just proves that bodybuilders or big guys are just wannabe fighters.